Hello treasures, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you exactly why I left the UK. But before I even go into that, let me give you a background story. My dad has always been in the UK. I was single-handedly raised by my mom in Nigeria. So growing up, every time I asked my mom where my daddy was, she would say, your daddy's in the UK. UK became not just a country for me. It became a place where I know that I have someone precious there, and I was like really looking forward to joining my dad. I had that high expectation as a child. I used to say, oh, when I finish my secondary school, I would go and meet my dad in the UK, but that did not happen. Looking back, I don't know why I thought because my father couldn't file for me to come to the UK, I was never going to go to the UK again. So I just went on with my life. I got engaged, and my fiancé, now husband, cousin is a nurse in the UK. And so she was like, oh, your fiancé is a nurse, tell her to write CBT. So I did my CBT, and then I did my IELTS, and then I got a job. I applied to a lot of hospitals from Nigeria. I was still in Nigeria then. I applied with my years of experience and my exams and my certificate. I was able to apply to different hospitals. Luckily for me, I got a job offer. I was so excited. I was like, good. Now I'm going to go to the UK. I'm going to go to UK, you know. But at the end of the day, my fiancé was already in the UK, and it just didn't make sense that I would be working in Kent while he was in Manchester. It was like two different ends. So I had to reject the visa sponsorship, the offer of the hospital. I had to reject the offer, and I had to, you know, go with my husband. So finally I got into the UK, but I didn't go through my dad, and I didn't go through a job. I went through a man. Now man sponsored me. My husband sponsored me. If I had gone through work, it would mean that my marriage would, you know, be shaky in the beginning. And you know, I was doing a long distance relationship with my fiancé. He was already in the UK, I was in Nigeria. So it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense that I'll go through work route and I'll be working in Kent. And there's a clause to this. During that time, I don't know if it has changed now, but during that period, if you are being sponsored by an hospital, you have to work 2 years for them before you can even say you want to pull out or you want to leave. And imagine the first 2 years of my marriage, I'm in Kent and he's in Manchester. I just thought about everything and it didn't make sense. I was so happy when I got to the UK, and this is because finally, the almighty UK, I'm in this country. I felt so relieved. So I lived in the UK for more than 6 years. I got to the UK in the month of October, and I left the UK in the month of October. When I was in the UK, I was faced with a lot of things. First major challenge I experienced in the UK was COVID-19. I'm sure this affected a lot of people, including me. I said it in my previous video that I felt very isolated, and I didn't go in depth to how isolated I felt. There was nobody for me. It was one of the most challenging period of my life. Having a newborn and not having any help as a new mom. Second one, now because I didn't go through the work visa route, I had to now look for a hospital that would help me with my OSCE. The nursing knowledge we have in Nigeria is different from the nursing knowledge that we need to have in the UK. So during that period of 4 to 6 weeks, they will provide accommodation. There's always accommodation in the hospital. So the nurse will be in the hospital accommodation. They orientate you. They will teach you everything about assessment. They will teach you everything about the diagnosis, how to give a diagnosis, proper diagnosis. They teach you how to write a proper care plan, nursing care plan. They will teach you how to properly implement your care plan and evaluate the outcome. And then I think there were about 7 stations. So there's like 2 other scenarios in the exam, and they will teach you different things. They'll teach you how to give intramuscular injection, subcutaneous injection, different things within that period. Now I told you that Nama bring me come abi. Hey. Hey, There was no hospital to teach me all these things. I know the main reason for me doing this video is to tell you why I left the UK. But I just have to share my life experience in the UK with you before I tell you why I left the UK. So that you can understand, you can start on, because I cannot just come and tell you, oh, I left the UK because of this. You will not grab it. You will not understand. You have to understand, like, you have to, how will I put it? It is step by step. So you have to understand the type of life I lived in the UK and what triggered the movement and what triggered the decisions, right? Good. So when I got to the UK, I started looking for, I was smart enough to start looking for a hospital that I can start working, because obviously I need all the experience, but I don't have a UK license. And so I started working as a pre-registered nurse, band 3. So a registered nurse will start working as a registered nurse, band 5. Pre-registered nurse is band 3. Healthcare assistant is band 2. I don't know about the banding now. I'm talking about in 2019. So I started working as a band 3 registered nurse, and it was more like, so that's another challenge that I faced. Because the hospital was not the one that sponsored me, was not the one that brought me into the country. They didn't understand what I could do or what I couldn't do. I had to explain to them that I had to show them all my documents, all my IELTS results, all my CBT that I've done, the letter from NMC UK stating that I'm a registered nurse, and stating that I can now do my OSCE. But I couldn't book my OSCE because I didn't have an idea of what the OSCE was all about. The hospital has an education department, education center. So the nurses in the education center are always the ones to train the international nurse. They were bringing nurses from India. They were not bringing nurses from any part of Africa, bringing nurses from only India. So luckily for me, they had brought in 20 nurses from India. So they said, okay, if I don't mind, I can join them. Now, this is the problem. The 20 nurses, they already took themselves two, because you have to practice. They already took themselves two, a pair of 2, 10 pairs like that. So I didn't have anywhere to fit in. That was the first major challenge I had, apart from the COVID. Now we have come out of COVID and I've entered another challenge. I didn't know where to fit in, guys. I've even forgotten that. Ninu. God bless Ninu for me. Her name is Ninu. I'll go and beg them. Please let me practice with you. They'll be like, oh, I have a pair. One day, but I was always attending class. But, to practice, I was now always practicing with a mannequin. One day, Ninu then came to me. Ninu is part of the international Indian nurses that was also preparing for the OSCE exam. He then came to me to say, oh, a partner may not allow, because this was always timed, a partner may not allow me join. What if I don't mind? After this class, she will take me to our room. They were staying in hospital accommodation. So she will take me to her room so that I can identify where her room is, and then I can always call her if she's free. I'll come to her place and I'll practice with her. Ninu was the one that God used to save me. So I had a newborn. I would leave my Michaela with her dad. I will go, I will practice. I would, an ex-friend of mine gave me some handouts that they gave her in her place of work, because she did the exam. She gave me the paper. She was like, there's nothing I can do. I cannot leave my work and come and be teaching you, which is true. I didn't expect her to leave her work and come and be teaching me OSCE. So she just gave me all the paper. She printed everything. I think they printed it for her. She brought it to my house and gave me. So when I'm alone, I'll read the paper, I'll read the handouts, and when Ninu is free, I'll go to Ninu's house and go and practice. And that was how I passed, though. So that was how I became a registered nurse in the United Kingdom. And luckily, my hospital said, oh, they are not the one that brought me into the country, so they cannot give me any reimbursement, because I wanted them to reimburse my flights, my accommodation, those packages that comes with the work sponsoring you into the country, but they declined. It's in stages. These battles that I faced in the UK is in stages. The first stage was getting into the new country, getting pregnant, and there was lockdown. There was nobody to look after me or the baby. You see all those omugo, all those let me press your tummy. Oh, a new mom, what will you eat? Shingbaka, nobody did it for me. I was all by myself. Now, I was able to overcome that. The next challenge was work. Anyways, guys, I was talking about my own personal experience and I just thought to share that with you. In my next video, I'm going to be telling you more about my personal experience and also sharing a very important, useful tip. If there's anything, if you're a nurse in the UK and you want to, and you have questions for me, just drop it in the comment section. I'll be ready and willing to answer you. Take care. See you all in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so that you'll be the first person to see when I drop a video. Bye.